Rock Cycle by Aiden, Hannah, and Elijah. Igneous rock. Igneous rocks form when magma cools below the Earth's surface. Lava cools on the surface or underground. There are two ways that igneous rocks form. They are extrusive and intrusive. Granite, pumice, obsidian, and rhyolite are examples of igneous rocks.
Sedimentary. Sedimentary rocks form when sediments or small pieces of crushed rocks are compacted together. The further down you go, the more compacted the rocks will be. They form when mud or sediments quickly harden and compact. Sedimentary rocks often contain fossils, and sandstone, coal, and siltstone are examples of sedimentary rocks.
Metamorphic rocks form when rocks are exposed to extreme heat or pressure. This is the rarest type of rock because it often takes hundreds of years for them to form. They are often found by mountains because mountains are formed by the shifting of tectonic plates, which is also how many metamorphic rocks are made. Some examples of these rocks are marble, quartzite, and slate. The rock cycle. The rock cycle describes the three main types of rocks, how they form, and how they change. The first part of the rock cycle describes how igneous rock is formed. It is formed when lava cools and hardens. Through weathering and erosion, they become sediments. When these sediments are compacted together, they join together to become sedimentary rock. Eventually, there will be so much heat and pressure from the many layers on top that it will start to heat and form metamorphic rock. This heat will cause magma that will eventually be in a volcano that will erupt, and that lava will cool and harden, causing the rock cycle to happen again. This process happens over a long period of time.
Weathering and erosion. Rocks erode from water, wind, and rain. This eventually can create huge canyons and valleys like the Grand Canyon. Rocks will then become smaller and smaller until they are tiny sediments or sand. The sand will then usually become sedimentary rock again from the compaction.
We will tell you about the two ways that crystals form. The first way is called extrusive. This process happens when lava cools quickly above the ground. These rocks have little or no crystals because they have no time to form. The second way is called intrusive. This process happens slowly when magma gradually cools underground. These rocks have very long crystals because they have a long time to form. Metamorphism. The word metamorphism means to change form. There are two types of metamorphism called regional and contact. Contact metamorphism happens when rocks touch magma but doesn't melt. Regional metamorphism happens when the tectonic plates shift and create pressure on the rocks that causes them to bend or change.